Here we go. Whoa!
Bloody hell!
Who would be crazy enough to put 300 horsepower in a little thing like this? Well, that would be me. I'm Richard from Electric Classic Cars, and in this week's episode, sponsored by Mauser Electronics, it's all about this beautiful 1966 Tesla-powered Mini. Right, all you Mini experts, get ready in the comments, because I'm about to make loads of mistakes, so please correct me in the comments. And Tim, you're the resident Mini expert today, so feel free to correct me as well.
I used to be a Mini expert, but I seem to have forgotten most of it, so I think...
Well, I've already made one mistake. I said a 1966 Mini. What is it?
67.
67 Mini. So anyway, so this is owned by a guy called Simon, and he has had this in his family for, it's fair to say, generations. It was his father's car, it's now his car, and he wants to pass it on to his daughters, and it's gone through a beautiful restoration. As you can see, it's faultless as far as the restoration is concerned, but this is where I'm going to get it wrong. Simon, I know you're going to watch, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this is an early Mini because it's got the external hinges. I think it's a Mark 1 Mini, but I'm a little bit confused. It may be a Mark 2, and I do remember somebody saying you can tell a Mark 2 because this window is a little bit bigger than a Mark 1.
Well, it's got the slidey window, so it's certainly not the later one.
Oh no, definitely not the Mark 3, but I always get confused between Mark 1s and Mark 2. So I'm going to go with Mark 1 Mini. What are you going to go with?
I'll go with Mark 2 just to...
Right, okay.
just to mix it up.
Who's right? I know we should have done our research, but look, we're in the middle of Wales. There's no signal up here. We couldn't get Google, so guilty as charged. But I'm going to say Mark 1 Mini, 1967, and apart from the restoration, he's also done some upgrades. So let's talk about those before we get into the electrification side of things. Right, we're going to do a walk around of the upgrades. So Tim, stay with me. First thing to cover off is wheels. They are
Mini lights, the best wheels for Minis.
They are indeed. You can only go with one wheel on a Mini. Mini lights, and they are proper original Mini lights. But hiding behind that is a disc upgrade from CAD, K-A-D. So they're probably one of the ultimate upgrades you can go with on a Mini, is to go with disc brakes. But not only are they on the front, they're also on the back. So you got CAD disc brakes on the back, as well as upgraded suspension from CAD as well, and also an anti-roll bar on the rear as well. So handling wise, this is probably about as good as you can get an original suspension Mini to go around corners. As well as that, we've got the tyres. We've got some Advans on here. So these are Yokohama Advans, the stickiest tyres we can get on there. But you'll notice the size of the wheels, they are tiny. They are the original 10-inch wheels, so tiny little wheels, and I think they really suit the look of the car. Another upgrade, so you got the what are these called? Bullet mirrors,
Bullet
mirrors, yeah, but there's a name, Talbot Minis mirrors, I think they're called, probably from the Talbot Sunbeam or something. Around here we've got fuel filler, but obviously different kind of fuel now. And then around the back, it's pretty much stock, but what you can notice through the window is the roll cage. So bolt-in roll cage from Safety Devices. So just a full-on, I'd say it's a full-on cage, but you've still got the back seat in here as well, so it's actually quite a practical roll cage. So yeah,
and that's a good thing to have if you're in a Mini.
Well, it stiffens the car up, but also, as you'll find out later, this is quick, really quick. Right, now let's talk about why it's so quick, and it's this badge here which gives the game away. On an Austin Cooper S, that would be an S, but that's a lightning strike. So what's going on underneath here? Well, let's have a look. So we've got this little thing inside. So this is our standard Mini kit, which has gone into a number of Minis now all around the world, from New Zealand and Australia to America. There's a company out there called Super Coopers, Gildred Racing. They install our kits over there in America. But this was pretty much the first kit we installed, certainly in the UK. And underneath here, oh, you can't really see it, but underneath there, I'll tell you what, I'll put some shots on the screen and I'll dig them out. There is a Tesla front small drive unit underneath there, and then on top of that we've got a little bit of battery pack. There's a charger down there. We've got the header tank here and a radiator down there which cools everything down. So that's pretty much it in the front. That is not all of the battery pack though. That's one of the reasons why I love this car, is because number one, it's crazy amounts of power, which is what I love, but also we've managed to put the battery pack into this car with hardly any negative aspect, if you like, as far as luggage space and interior space is concerned. So where have I hidden the rest of the battery? Right, now I'm in the back of the Mini. Obviously it's a Mini, it's not much room, that's why Tim's outside and I'm inside. But battery pack wise, underneath the back seat we've got two more modules, that's two of 14 in total, that are underneath the back seat, and the rest is in the boot. And hiding in here is the rest of the battery pack. But just a quick note, another lightning strike there, just to replace the S of the Cooper S. And also you'll probably notice this number plate's a little bit tattered and bashed. That's because it's the original number plate off the car back in the day, so that is why that's on there. So what we've got in here, it is the rest of the battery pack. Now you might say, oh, it's compromised the actual space inside here. Well, yeah, it does come up a little bit higher than the original boot space, but on the Mini Cooper S you had a fuel tank which was kind of here and another one over this side that was there. So Simon, the owner of this, has actually calculated volumetrically this is a bigger boot than the original Mini Cooper S. Now, I do love the design of the Mini, and not just because of the aesthetics. I do love the look of the car, don't get me wrong, but it's from the engineering aspect of the design that I love. There's things like this, right? So it's got a small boot in it. It's a Mini at the end of the day. You're not going to fit a huge amount of space in there. But if you open this up, you can probably strap a load of luggage in a bigger space. But what about the number plate? Well, you just pop down the number plate, it's still got the light there, and it's still road legal. So touches like that I love. It's just brilliant. And the engineering design doesn't stop when you get inside either, because it's just so roomy. I mean, you're 6'2"?
Yeah.
And you know, your windscreen is like far away, and you know, when you close the door, you're like, oh my god, this is a small car, because your doors just like slope outwards like that. I mean, there's not much side protection in the crash, to be fair, but you know, you're not short of space considering this car is called a Mini. And as far as the interior is concerned, I mean, there's not much change in here, if you like, from the original, apart from obviously the bolt-in roll cage. Everything looks pretty much stock and OEM. We've got a Smith's gauge here in the middle, another two smaller gauges outside, but obviously they're telling different information than normally. We've got the total pack voltage, we've got the temperature of the motor, and the fuel gauge now shows the battery state of charge, if you like. So, you know, the whole of the electric conversion that we've done is pretty much OEM, and one of the reasons how we've been able to achieve OEM looking conversions is because of some of the components we use from Mauser Electronics. So back to the lab to tell you a little bit more about that. Now, Mauser.com is our one-stop shop for a lot of our EV conversion components that we need, especially if you're going to have an OEM looking conversion. Connectors are key. Now, we use three main flavors of connector that we get from Mauser.com. One is Deutsch. Now, Deutsch is from TE Connectivity. These are fantastic if you've got a lot of wires, because you can see the number of pins on some of these connectors, and also they're fantastic for bulkhead connectors. So if you need to go through a bulkhead, for instance, and they also have some great wire management options as well to come off the back of them. So that's Deutsch connectors. We also, on the low voltage side of things, use a Molex a lot as well. So Molex have got a great range of just inline connectors, for instance. So this is a 2-pin connector here, and there's a little bit here where you can mount that onto something, and then this would just come in and connect up. Again, usual waterproofing in this connector and that connector as well. So they also have some bulkhead connectors as well. So that's Molex and Deutsch on the low voltage side of things. But on high voltage, don't forget orange is high voltage, we use Amphenol. Now Amphenol have great products for big cables like this. This would be probably one that goes off to either a motor or to the CCS socket, for instance, but also for smaller gauge wires. For instance, this is a 4-pin one. This would probably do either the heater and the charger inputs and outputs, and there's also a 2-pin version of that there. So high voltage connectors, we use Amphenol. Low voltage, it's either Molex or Deutsch connectors from TE Connectivity. And all of these products are available from Mauser.com. We'll put a link in the description. And on that note, it's back to the mini episode. All right, Jim, time for your favourite time of the day, test drive. Ready?
I'm ready. It's been a long time since I've been in a Mini.
I just thought something, I haven't mentioned this, the gear stick. People are probably wondering, why has it got a gear stick in it? Well, the customer, Simon, he's quite a clever chap as far as engineering design is concerned himself, and he designed his own gear shifter. So this is reverse and forward, and you've got a very satisfying clunk as it all goes in as well. So on that note, Tim, try to see if you can fit in, mate, all 6'2" of you.
Loads of room.
Oh, you know, because you've been in a Mini before, but yeah, time to get on the road. You ready?
I'm ready.
You don't look ready.
Hey?
You don't look ready.
That's because I'm feeling sick.
Well, we got over the first hurdle, which is you fitting it, mate.
This takes me back to that first road rally we did.
Oh, really?
When I was sick as a pig. Do you remember that?
That's not a good thing. You started taking motion sickness tablets after that, didn't you?
I did.
Right, well, luckily, I know this road, so you don't need to look at the pace notes, mate. Right, so, here we go. Einstein looking for a full house.
It's been many years since I've been in a Mini.
Is it? What was the last Mini you went in?
God, well, we were into Minis, weren't we, back in the... When you were into Beetles, I was in the Minis.
They're about the only cars you could afford back then, Minis and Beetles.
Yeah, they weren't worth a lot. I had a Mini Cooper S years ago. And
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had it for about 3 weeks, a month maybe.
Did you crash it?
No. Bought it for 300 quid, sold it for 300 quid. Yeah. Red one with a white roof.
Bet it didn't go around hairpins like this, or even go up hills like this.
It wasn't road legal. Well, it wasn't road legal. It was one to sort of do up, so I never really drove it anyway.
Fixer-upper.
Yeah.
Or was it just 1960s, 70s one or something?
Oh, 60s one, a proper 60 1275.
Nice.
It wasn't nice.
Was it not?
No. That's why I didn't keep it long.
Well, if you got it on the road, mate, it wouldn't have gone like this. This is like a go-kart.
No.
It's good fun. You've got to be on it with this car, though. This is as close to my Beetle, my silver Beetle, with a 600 horsepower Tesla motor, as any other car we've built. So what I mean by that is, if you floor it, you are dicing with death. But if you just are respectful of the power and just introduce it at the right moment, you can have a lot of fun.
I'm assuming this handles a bit better than your Beetle, does it?
Yes and no. I would prefer to drive my Beetle at higher speeds. I think this would be a little bit scary at higher speeds, but at lower speeds, I mean, like this corner, I mean, you can just throw it round.
Yeah, well, I think that's why I'm feeling a bit sick, because the little bit of driving we've done to get here, all I can feel is the fact that you're going round slow corners like a go-kart.
That's exactly what it's like, mate.
Yeah.
But all the upgrades we've done on it, like the suspension, the brakes, all of that really helps to be able to put this power down to the ground.
Yeah, nothing handled like a Mini back in the day.
Yeah. But this has got disc brakes all around, don't forget. So if I want to stop, we are stopping. If we want to go around, it's got anti-roll bars on it, going around the corners. I mean, it's not got a huge amount of suspension travel. No, Minis never did. No. I mean, that's why we're bumping around all over the place. But I certainly know I've got good brakes. And the regen of the motor helps in that respect as well. There's no power steering on it. It's a very manual car to drive, let's say. But even when it starts to squirrel around in the corner, you've still got full confidence you've got full control over it. I mean,
you might feel you've got full confidence and full control over it. I'm not so sure in the passenger seat.
We've got a roll cage. What are you worried about?
So, back in the day, when I was in the Minis, the sort of quickest Mini you could get was a Mini Cooper S, and they made them in different engine size, 1275, was it a 10, forget now, 10 something.
I remember the 1275.
Yeah, well, they made
the dual tanks in the back.
Yeah, the smaller engine ones were the better ones apparently. Anyway, they would have struggled to give you anything more than about 100 horsepower, I think, from those A series engines. What sort of power and performance we got out of this then?
Obviously this has the Tesla small drive unit. I just love going around corners in this. 300 horsepower Tesla small drive unit. But performance wise, it's all about the traction, just like my Beetle. But in my Beetle, I've got tyres that wide.
Yeah.
You know, in this we've got little 10-inch wheels.
Yeah.
And skateboard tyres. So traction wise, it really limits you 0 to 60. But it's around about 4 seconds, I reckon.
But that's always been the problem with putting lots of power into a Mini. You're still struggling with those little wheels, those little tyres, and they just start to spin, don't they?
Yeah. Well, the later 1990s Minis had, they had wider flares, they had bigger
wheels.
diameter wheels.
Yeah.
This little 1960s Mini, we kept it. Or the customer really wanted to keep that original looking 60s look. So we've got,
and you can't beat Mini lights on a Mini. They're the only wheels to have, aren't they?
Oh yeah. But this has got sticky tyres on. This is probably the most stickiest road legal tyres you can probably have on a Mini, and we're getting all the performance out of those on this cold day.
I'm forever impressed as well with the design of the Mini. You think when this first came out, it was designed, you could get family of 4 in it.
I went
could
on
get
holiday.
all your luggage in it. You could get all the sort of bits and bobs in the side bins.
So we had a Mini back in the day, diarrhea colour brown, and we went to the south of France camping in it with me, my sister, and Barry Chorley in the back. 3 of us in the back. There was a canvas tent in the boot, and the boot comes down like that, but the number plate flips back up so you can drive it with the boot open, and a roof rack with loads of other stuff in. It was fully loaded all the way down to South France.
But isn't that amazing? We looked at this now as a really, really small car, but it was designed to be able to do that with all those people in it. But as well as that, it was a rally winning weapon, It was one of the best handling cars.
Paddy Hopkirk.
Exactly. Yeah. So amazing bit of engineering, isn't it? So you say this has got 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
Can you dial it down a bit?
Oh yeah, this is dialed down now. I'm not in race mode. This is in probably, 120 horsepower mode.
Okay, so normal,
which is
sort of
way enough.
Normal day-to-day driving, you'd set it to about 100, and like you say, there's going to be plenty.
Yeah.
Would you really want to turn it up to 300 horsepower?
Only on a track. Only on a track. And the customer said that as well. He's well into his Minis, and you can only really use all that power on the track because you've got to have enough room to be able to have a little bit of torque steer, and it's a hell of a thing.
It's a nice problem to have, isn't it? Too much power. So what's the range on this then?
Well, it's got a 33 kilowatt hour battery pack. and I think the range is around about 150, 180. No, it's about 180 miles.
180 miles.
Actually,
Wow,
we'll put it on the screen because the guys did the range test this week, and I haven't spoken to them since they've done it. But it was. I remember it being a lot more than I was expecting.
That's pretty good. I suppose it's a little car, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you've got tiny wheels, you've got a small frontal area. It doesn't weigh much. I mean, it's still way below a ton. On the scales, it was weighing around about the same as a late 90s Mini, because they made them, I think, until about 2000.
Yeah, they did, yeah. So we were talking earlier about these little wheels, and they're going to struggle, aren't they, to get the power to the road?
Yeah, that's always a struggle with these. Whenever we do high power conversions, the grip and the traction is the limiting factor.
And that's been the problem, not problem, that's been a thing with your Beetle and your race car Beetle as well.
I mean, we've mitigated it a little bit on my Beetle by getting wide, huge, massive sticky tyres. On this, because we wanted that classic look, or the customer wanted that classic look, we've kept the 10-inch wide Mini lights, or 10-inch diameter Mini lights, sticky Yoko Advant tyres. But the biggest thing that helps with the grip is the Quade limited slip diff.
Right.
That is, ensures that wherever the grip is, it'll get it to the ground, if you know what I mean. But it doesn't take much to get over, the mechanical grip of the tyres.
And
even with that,
you really need that then when you've got 300 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
So talking of 300 horsepower, we've been driving around today with about 100, 120.
Yeah.
Can we try the 300 horsepower then?
You're feeling brave, aren't you?
Well, it'd be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it, having a switch there that does 300 horsepower and then not testing it out?
I'm going to get on a straight bit of road first before I flick that crazy switch, mate.
Right, let's do it.
But, I hope you've had your brave pills. Are you wearing your brown pants?
I am, yeah.
There we go. Oh. Whoa!
Bloody hell,
Whoa! That's enough of that!
For a Mini? Wow.
I was holding on then.
Wow.
Yeah, that was insane.
And that was a bit sort of squirrely when it got off the line, but after a while it started to settle down.
Could you feel? You could feel the limited slip diff working
definitely.
its arse off then.
But once it settled down, it really went, didn't it? And if we'd have been on a track or something where we'd have got a bit more space. Wow.
Hang on, can I turn it off now, please? Jeez, that's insane.
That is phenomenal.
You can see why we said track only mode for that. Back to more sensible 120 horsepower mode. Oh, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it?
That was a cracking trip out, yeah.
I enjoyed that. Oh, I'm still shaking from the adrenaline from putting it in sport mode.
I haven't stopped smiling yet.
This is a proper wolf in sheep's clothing, because it looks like a cute little bunny rabbit Mini. You'll see it in your rear view mirror and go, oh, look at that lovely Mini, and all of a sudden whoosh as it overtakes you. I mean, brilliant car, absolutely love it. This is a bit of me. Crazy amounts of power in what I call a sleeper. It just looks original. But we have learnt one important lesson today, haven't we, Tim?
We certainly did.
What is it?
And that is only use sport mode on the track.
Yep. Simon, I know you're going to be watching, owner of this car. One important note, do not flick that switch on the road, please. It is insane. But, I mean, the other thing as well, look at the size of this car. I mean, I'm standing on the car park, sort of bay line here, and we've got a complete, I'd say a metre all the way around the car. Even at the back, it's probably more than a metre, but you can still fit comfortably 4 people in that car. It's just, what a car. I absolutely love this thing. But on that note, I'm going to go and have a sit down and just probably a lie down and just try to drain the adrenaline out of me. But on that note, I think it just remains for me to thank Mauser. Go to mauser.com for all your electronic components needs, and hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.